Good evening, all of you. At the outset, I thank Shield family for giving this opportunity. I also thank all the antenatal mothers from whose experience I gathered this valuable knowledge. Also, I am grateful to all my staff who offer solid support for me in doing this great work. With this, I'll go into the topic. Today's topic is talking to the baby in the womb. And this concept has brought paradigm shift in the mindset of many antenatal mothers from a state of anxiety and apprehension to happiness and confidence. It has also changed me to evolve from an obstetrician doing just deliveries to a person who enables mothers to dream and beget a very good child. For me, the definition of a good child is healthy, happy, intelligent, with strongly rooted in family bonding and moral values with long life. I always tell the mothers the best gift we give to the family and society is a good child. So, this is how we started. To know the birth of talking to the baby, we have to go down the memory lane. When in the initial days of my practice, when I was sitting through the delivery with the mothers, I noticed that the mother was very anxious during delivery, and her condition was like a student totally unprepared for the examination. At that time, any amount of moral support or reassurance, it didn't work. So I thought probably we have to mentally prepare them during the antenatal period. Initially, I used to just examine the mother, write the prescription, and send them away. But later, I started observing and found that pregnancy is no more a joy. It comes with the packages of anxiety, apprehension, fear. Usually, there is uncertainty about the coping skills of delivery and also her parenting abilities and the family support during and after delivery. With this, when there is a minor complaint like vomiting, it drains her physical and emotional energy. When she is at her emotional low, when she hears any news about miscarriage to somebody or C-section to somebody, so easily she goes into anxiety, worries, and starts believing whether she may also land up in that situation. And so half the times it happens that way because they started believing it. So, and the important aspect is she doesn't share this anxiety or stress with the family because for fear of judgment, and also if why to bother them with her stress. And when I asked the family to give support to her, the family was not receptive. So I thought, okay, let us do something. So I started training our staff to be friendly with them during pregnancy and during delivery. That helped to a certain extent. Then I decided this is not going to help. There must be a this external help is not of going to be much help. The mother must have a technique wherein the strength or the happiness and confidence must come from within her. So I was searching for a technique, reading books and discussing with people. So at that time, um, one North Indian mother, antenatal mother, she was coming for checkup. And because her husband was a busy executive, she used to come all alone. She was always smiling and no complaints. And but her she didn't know the local language, and my Hindi knowledge also very meager. But we could somehow manage. I have seen mothers usually. This is a very unusual scenario. Usually, the mothers will be accompanied by somebody, some attenders. And I have seen when they come with recurrent complaints of recurrent UTI, irritable uterus, and back pain, there was an underlying emotional factor. But this is something different. In her situation, anybody would be anxious. But this lady is always smiling, no complaints, something different. So I asked her, many things I learned from many of the mothers by just questioning. So when I asked her, "Are you not scared to be alone, or are you not bored?" She said, "I'm not alone. I'm with my baby. Both of us do cooking. Both of us do shopping." And I asked, "Where is your baby?" Because she was a preemie. She showed her tummy and said, "This is my baby." I was really surprised, and she said, "When I speak loudly or when I speak silently in my mind, the baby moves and responds. So we talk each other, we understand each other very well." And that was my eureka moment. So I understood, because this is what I have been searching for. Here, the mother becomes happy and confident, and it is from inside, within. It is because though the baby is very small, the baby is able to understand the mother and gives the secure feeling, "Yes, I am there for you." And that makes the mother happy and confident. Then I was very happy. Then I started telling other mothers, because usually in the initial days they used to look at me, give a smile, and then go away. But patiently I was doing it. After 1 year, one mother came and told the feedback. She said she was practicing it in the bathroom and in the open terrace. Um, and then she said, at that time, Talk to Baby gave me a lot of strength in her family situation. And then one more feedback, she said, she used to listen to the Om Namah Shivaya chanting during pregnancy. And after delivery, when she was uh, playing that chanting, the baby used to look up at her, smile, and then sleep. That the way of acknowledgement. So that gave me a lot of confidence, and we proceeded with that. And now, nearly 20 years, we have been practicing it. Now, not only the parents, the grandparents, older child, everyone is talking to the baby. And now we will see the mechanism, how the talk to baby works. This is the placenta and this is the baby. So the mother is connected to the baby through the umbilical cord, through which the nutrients reach the baby. So along with the nutrients, the mother's feelings also pass on to the baby. So when the mother is happy, happy hormones like beta endorphin, serotonin, they go to the baby. And when the mother is chronically stressed, cortisol reaches the baby. And one thing we need to remember is, these days, for the past 1 decade, the maternal stress is increasing, and so also the fetal stress. And another thing we need to remember here is, the baby's when the mother's emotions pass on to the baby receives it like a sponge, because baby's subconscious mind is very well developed during pregnancy and up to the first 3 years, and later the conscious mind develops. The conscious mind is an aware mind. It is a analyzing mind. It questions, like a 4 or 5 year old boy. When we ask something to do, immediately he shots back, "Why should I do it?" So that means the conscious mind is dominant, whereas it is a judgment. It is a judge, like conscious mind. Whereas the subconscious mind, it doesn't ask any question once it is recorded. It just executes, and it doesn't know what to do. right or wrong. It is like a robo. So here the baby's subconscious mind is dominant. So it received any understanding. If this is the mother and this is the baby and this is the blood, through the blood the mother's emotions pass on to the baby, and the mother's emotions are imposed on the baby. So sometimes the influence of the mother's thoughts on the baby lasts for a long time, and the qualities are very strong and powerful. It is like a wet imprint of a wet cement. So this happens when the mother's emotions are very intense, whether it is positive or negative. When the emotions are very intense, the effect is prolonged and it is very powerful. So that is why there is an proverb also, from womb to tomb, that happens when the mother's intense emotions are there. So studies have proved that the five senses are developed during pregnancy by 28 weeks, that is 7th month. And of all the senses, the touch and the hearing are very well developed. The touch is the earliest to develop by 3rd week, but by after 20-22 weeks, the mother is able to feel the movements, because the baby movements has to pass through the muscle and transmitted to the skin. So that is about the touch. And hearing, by 20 weeks baby is able to hear, by 24 weeks baby is able to respond to a loud noise. And taste and smell are developed by 15 weeks, but by 28 weeks the baby will be able to respond well to smell and taste. Eyes are developed by 26 weeks, but the completion is there only 2 years after birth. Studies have also proved that when the mother is happy, the pregnancy is easy, delivery is trouble free, and the baby is healthy both physically and emotionally. Whereas when the mother is negative, there is a devastating medical problems during pregnancy and also delivery, and the baby also, there is a low birth weight, intrauterine growth restriction, that is IUGR, and prematurity is there. Mm. So to make the mothers understand the concept of talk to baby technique, we have arranged meetings for the antenatal mothers monthly once, and for fertility mothers twice a month. So this we had been conducting since nearly 2000. Here what happens, the delivered mothers, they come and share their experiences about their delivery experience and also the talk to baby experiences. This helps in clearing their doubts, and also it gives them confidence. When they can do, it's possible for me also. And since 2014 we have kept these videos in YouTube channel, and around 800 videos are there, most of them in Telugu, some of them have English subtitles. But we ask them as part of the treatment to watch the videos regularly, so that they, because fertility and pregnancy are highly emotional states for the mother. So whenever they become low, their emotional energy, by watching the videos repeatedly and regularly, they can come out of it very easily. And I have found it very useful, and it's always a pleasure for me also to watch the videos again and again. So now we will see clipping of a mother who has delivered with us, and in her own words, I'll give the gist so that when she talks, it will be easy for you to follow. And she was coming regularly, and the first and the 3rd month she came with a spotting. When I asked for any emotional reason, she said she has a guilt. She had a guilt that she was not the right person to conceive, because she planned to conceive after reducing the weight. Before that, she conceived. So then I said, see, because you are the right person, because you are healthy, that's why you could conceive even without treatment. So you stop entertaining that doubt. And she accepted it. And I also suggested about talking to the baby. She was in third month at that time. And she accepted it. And then the interesting part is, usually the mothers tell that I am doing for this, I am there for you, for the baby. But she talked the reverse. She said, see, I can't give you confidence. You have to give me confidence. Even if there's a small problem, I don't want to have. If I have a problem, maybe I'll go back again into the negative thinking that I'm not the fit person. So she says, with the strong family history of diabetes and hypertension, she being obese, she never had any of those problems. And also, she was managing herself, both she and herself, husband could manage through the 9 months. And the talking to the baby, she felt very confident, and she wanted her to deliver on a Friday, on March 1st. Then last year, and she could deliver. And also she delivered very easily. It is mainly because she trusted the baby, and she also trusted the doctor. She was willing for C-section if it is necessary. And that was a happy easy delivery, which we see. It appears like a magic, but that is what happens when the mind is relaxed. Now we'll see what she has to say. బానే వచ్చిందా? బానే ఉందా? కనిపిస్తుందా? So that is about the story. And the steps of talking to the baby, it is divided into 3 steps. For convenience sake, I have divided. The first step, the mother listens to a song she likes, and we ask them to listen to the song every day. And as the mother keeps listening, slowly the baby starts moving. After a few days, she observes the baby is giving movement regularly. In the initially, it may take baby may move in the middle or the end of the song, but as the time passes, as soon as the song is played, baby starts moving, and that gives a lot of happiness. She understands, the mother understands, it is not a casual movement, it is a definite, purposeful movement and consistent, spontaneous movement also. So the mother understands the baby is capable of listening, and capable of enjoying and expressing its joy through the movements. Once the mother understands this, she becomes very happy and for the baby, and that gives her a lot of happiness. And once she becomes confident that the baby is able to enjoy the song, then she gets reassured and she introduces herself and also the family members. She starts talking to the baby, involving in all the activities, shares her feelings, likes and dislikes, and she likes talking to the baby, enjoying the conversation, and like that the bonding is built. So slowly, this is the second step. where the mother becomes happy and confident. And after some time, when the mothers, they gave the feedback, that whatever the uh, whatever the mother desired the baby to be, the babies were exactly like that. So one mother, for example, told that during pregnancy, her sister's son, she observed, he was always crying even for small things. And also, whenever anybody asked anything, he would never give. So she told her baby in the womb that the baby should not be a cry baby, and anybody asks anything, it must willingly give. She said exactly her son is like how she wanted. So like similar feedbacks, it gave me the inputs that the personality also can be molded during pregnancy itself. So this with this we started adding this third step, which I call soul seeding, because we all already saw the subconscious mind is dominant. Once the mother becomes happy and loving, relationship bond is deepened between the mother and baby, then she says about the do's and don'ts, and also what is her dream for the baby and things like that. Here, what happens when the mother, there is a loving bond between them, the baby gets completely aligned to the mother's feelings. And it is then whatever her desires, even sometimes it may be a slightest wish, that the baby is ingrained into the personality of the baby. And after birth, at the appropriate time, baby behaves like that, how she wanted it to be. And sometimes it is effortless and very easy for the baby because it has entered into the personality, and the results are really miraculous. So that happens in the third step. So now we'll see the benefits of the talk to baby to the baby. Treating doctor's life miserable. So by practicing talk to baby in the right way, the mother becomes happy and confident. Also, when the first child is mentally or physically challenged, the I asked the mother to tell the baby one additional thing, that this baby should be very understanding of the older child and very supportive to the of this thing. So I have seen personally in 2 3 cases where this younger child will be very much attached to the older child, and anything eatable or anything, it will be sharing with the older sibling, and sleeping with them, taking care of them. And also it will more like a bodyguard. One mother was telling, the way my son is looking after his sister, it is, we are no more needed, he takes of her so well. That is the power of talk to baby, especially when it is gone into the personality molding of the soul saving step. Next is benefit of talk to baby to the baby. So when the womb song is played, breastfeeding becomes very easy, and womb song can become a lullaby. These babies, when they talk to the, when they are talked postnatally, they talk early, and also they communicate very easily and effectively. Their language skills and also their learning of music is very good, and the IQ is also better. Soul seeding, it is the personality development. Mm. So yes, one video is not playing well, but I'll tell the gist of it. This mother came with vomitings in the first pregnancy, and I told her, she was very much anxious about the health of the baby. I told the baby requires very little, so you don't have to worry much about it. So to reassure, I told whether you eat or not, your baby is going to be healthy. So that one word reassured her. So she stopped worrying, and she could manage through pregnancy. And she was very much interested in mathematics. She used to do Sudoku and also math. She told that without completing it, I won't get up. So much was her um, interest in that. And her son, and one more thing she said, it's very interesting because for time pass she started seeing Korean movies, and from the age of 1, her son also started seeing the Korean programs and Korean rhymes. So by the age of 2, 3, at the age of 3, he started telling the Korean numbers, it seems. So it took nearly 4 months for her to change him to English numbers and English pronunciation. So much is the effect of language on the children. And also she joined him in the international Kumon classes, where he got a bronze medal. At the age of 4, he could do additions up to 10 very easily. So these are all the things that show when the mother is very much interested, it passes on to the baby also easily. And one question naturally will arise with anybody. And in my experience, I have seen this. The results of Talk to Baby is not equal in all of them. So it varies. It's directly proportional to the degree of intention of the mother. So some of the women, mothers, what I find, they are instinctively, they have that nurturing instinct in them. So they feel, they embrace this talk to baby technique. So they talk freely with the baby. And so then it's easy, the communication becomes sometimes instantaneous, easy, and they practice. And there is no end or limit for this talk to baby um, talk to baby techniques, because depending on the situation of the mother and also her bonding with the baby, anything they can ask the baby, and the baby responds. So, and that is one thing. For the others, we have to keep practicing this talk to baby technique, like routine any exercise. Once we start practicing, we become used to it. Here also, slowly the baby responds, and once the baby responds, the mother becomes confident. It is not just once we start talking to the baby the mother becomes confident. It is not that. Slowly, once the baby moves, okay, she feels maybe comfortable. Sometimes for some small complaint, like one mother was telling, mm, she was practicing from 6th month, and the 8th month it was going routinely. So one day she had the severe vomitings and she was feeling very weak. So at that night the husband told itself, why can't you tell the baby to help you to stop this vomiting? She told that night itself. From next day onwards, she was not only the vomiting stopped, she felt energetic. So then she said, yes, my baby really helped. So such instances give them a lot of confidence. And one incident, this thing, because the baby is so sensitive, so understanding, so cooperative. This one mother first, she went for an NT scan. So at that time, the baby was not in the right position. So 2, 3 times, the mother, the doctor said it is not in the right position. So the 4th time she went for the examination, suddenly she became desperate. She told the baby, said, please do something. I cannot take it any moment. When she said that, at that moment itself, the baby turned and the doctor was very happy and took that measurement. So such is the understanding of the baby for the mothers. So this we have to only see to believe it. These are so I have seen four groups of mothers. One is window shoppers, because they just listen to this. Okay, they are more logical and they don't see much of anything to believe in this, and they just listen and leave it off. The other group is patient parents, I call. So they go to a hotel, order men from what they want, and they wait and enjoy the dish and come. That's all. So this group of mothers, they have one particular agenda, like I want a normal delivery or I want the baby to be healthy. That's all. They no more talking in any other areas. The other thing is ardent achievers, I call, because after eating from the hotel they go home, they prepare their own dishes, variety of dishes. So this is where anything and everything they share with the baby, and the baby cooperates. Like one mother was telling, when she went out, she used to tell herself, I should not have to go to the toilet. So she said however long she was there, didn't have to go to the toilet. So like that also people were using this talk to baby technique according to their belief on the baby. So that is about. Then the fourth one is, as I told earlier, these are all mothers with previous bad obstetric history, because otherwise they were fearful. For them, they practice this talk to baby. They hold it like a golden opportunity. Practice the talk to baby. They ask them to wait till ninth month and then only come, and they become confident and they get a good child. And this is about how, let us see how others educationists and all, how they, what is their opinion about this talking to the baby. This Bulgarian educationist and philosopher, he says, when the mother's emotions are passed on to the baby, when the mother is positive, the baby is healthy, beautiful, and able to capable of overcoming any difficulties, disease, and evil influences. And when the mother is negative, the baby is pessimistic or sickly. And scientists like this is Dr. Bruce Lipton, was a pioneer in epigenetics. He has written a beautiful book called The Biology of Belief, wherein he talks about conscious parenting. He says the mother parents must become conscious so that they should choose their thoughts, positive thoughts, and so that the baby will be influenced. He says the genes are only um, reflect the potential, not the destiny. It is the environment, that is the parents and their efforts, that is going to make the child realize to the full potential. So, and he says, it is not the fanciest school or the biggest toy or the highest paying job, but the best growth promoter for the child is love. So that is how they want the mother to be happy and loving during pregnancy, so that the baby will be a very good child. And this is Dr. Thomas Verney. He's a prenatal psychologist, done a lot of work, and he has written many books. The Secret Life of Unborn Child is one, where he says the adult person, whether he is happy or sad, meek or aggressive, anxious or secure, depends in part on the messages he received about himself in the womb. That is, what the mother thinks about the baby influences the baby. So these days, as I'm again telling, the mother's stress is increasing, um, having an influence on the baby. Now let us see real life examples starting from the Puranas. We all know Prahalada. Here we need to know that Prahalada carried Rakshasa genes, whereas the father is an arch enemy of Lord Srihari. Because of the talk to baby technique and it went into the personality, he could become a very strong devotee of Lord Srihari. And Abhimanyu, one particular technique he learned and he could remember it after so many years, like entering into the Padma Vyuha. And just 400 years ago, in our own country, Chhatrapati Shivaji, brought up by Jijamata. One thing I am amazed is she had a very strong intention even before she was married to produce a very great king. So, till her end, she was the mentor for her son. So, this is the impact of mother on the child. And Swami Vivekananda himself confirms that his spiritual bent of mind is because of his mother's pujas 2 or 3 years before he was born. And the effect need not be restricted to an individual person. This talk to baby effect can be on a countrywide level also. In Israel, we know nearly 25% of Nobel laureates are from Israel, and it is because of the culture. So the Jewish women, they take a lot of almonds, dates, and fish, and they play piano or violin, and they do a lot of mathematical sums during pregnancy. And the children also, they teach them instrumental music from a very young age. So because of these practices, the whole country, the intelligent people are more. And in our own country, during the freedom struggle, there are so many leaders born across the length and width of the um, country. So this is most probably due to the strong intention of the mothers to produce patriotic leaders to the country, which was the need of the hour at that time. And post-independent era, what happened? The mothers realized the literacy and rate was less, and there was poverty. So they wanted the children to study well and get settled well, and that is where we see all the children are very well educated, and they have settled well. But because of the breakup in the joint family system, the emphasis on family bonding and moral values have taken a backseat. So there is a proverb, African proverb, which says, "It takes a whole village to raise a child." This was seen in the joint family system. So many people will be there to take care of the child, and so um, the exposure to so many people, it makes the child inquisitive. His learning capacities will be more, and also his socializing capacity, confidence will be more. And another, the next part of the proverb says, "A child not embraced by the village will burn its down to feel its warmth." So when the child is not cared for, it becomes antisocial, and that is what we are seeing now today. These days, we have seen, because of mothers' strong intention, the public life is glorious. We are successful. Whereas in the family life, personal life, there is tragedy. There is increase in the divorce rate, increase in the child suicide rate, and also increase in the old age homes, apart from increase in the crime and violence in the society. And this is to a certain extent, it has to be curbed for that, so that we have to build, the proverb says, it is easier to build a strong child than to repair broken men. So it is there. But one thing very alarming is, more than this, the past decade, the maternal anxiety and stress is more, so that the emotionally disturbed children incidence becoming very high. Elizabeth Hurlock, developmental psychologist, says when the mother is disturbed, the disturbance is shown in the baby after birth, when the baby cries excessively, and also the sleeping and feeding patterns are disturbed. And when the anxiety is on the lesser level, there is learning difficulty and memory is less. But when the emotional disturbance is more and the baby feels it is unloved and rejected, the motor skills and speech are delayed, and so we see more incidents of um, autism spectrum diseases and ADHD. So, and that is why we redefine the goal of the mother, that the child must be successful along with the strong family bonding and integrity, so that there will be happiness in the family and peace in the society. And this is how the child should look after the parents even at the older, as they become old. So this talk to baby effect is more, and it is, as I say, it is limitless. But we have to spread it across. So what can start as a ripple can one day become a tidal wave. Mm, So I take this example. Cricket was once upon a time national and international game. Now it has become a street play. Also, the singing and dancing earlier was restricted only to movies. Now it has become a household affair. So, like that, this talk to baby must be embraced not only by the pregnant mother, by the family members, by the friends, by the neighbors, everybody. Everybody should feel the responsibility to instill that confidence, instill that happiness into the antenatal mother, so that we can bring great personalities, children with the spirit of such great personalities like Mother Teresa, Swami Vivekananda, and Abdul Kalam. And all the child, the conscious, every wanted child should not be just a child, just a pregnancy, just a no. Every wanted child must be a very good child. I remember Margaret Sanger's quotation: when the motherhood is a fruit of a deep earning and not the result of ignorance or accident, its children are the foundations of a new race. So our Talk to Baby children should be the torchbearers, should make our country very strong and make our planet peaceful and happy. And together we all should try this and make it possible. And I have written a book on my based on my experiences. It is called Garbha Vidya. Mm, it is called, it is in Tamil. In English, it is called Talking to the Baby in the Womb. Um, so after the lockdown is lifted, it will be published. This is our YouTube channel, and anybody is willing, we invite them to come and see our center, stay here, take the positive inputs. And I pray and I want passionate people to work with me wherever they are. Together, let us be connected and take work for this cause to produce very strong children. Thank you.
A very good evening. Thank you very much, madam, for this very interesting and rather, I would say, very emotional presentation of yours. Thank you very much for sparing your time. And now I request the audience to please share their queries in the chat section. And madam, with your permission, may I take the questions and get it to you, and then you can answer. So the first question, I think, which has been asked by Dr. Aparna Prabhu: which song or any songs which mothers like?
Yes, I say any song the mothers like, because it need not be, it can be a devotional, it can be a chant, it may be a music, the movie song, it may be a light music one, anything. What I have seen is the mother must enjoy the song. Only when the mother enjoys, it goes to the baby. And also then the mother becomes happy, the mother becomes confident, because I have seen it, just 2 lines a mother can sing, but and she becomes confident. It is not the chanting and other things may be effective, I do not know, but to make the mother happy, anything is effective.
The second question, madam, is from Dr. Pragya Prasanna, and she mentioned that it's a wonderful session. So she also asks, ma'am, can you suggest any books know more about Garva Sanskar? I think which you have already shared in the last, but if you can suggest more, that is what the query is.
Yes.
More books on Garva Sanskar.
Yes, this is about uh, the book Secret Life of Unborn Child by Dr. Thomas Verney, and he written a book on called Pre-Parenting. And our own Indian author, it is a Spiritual Pregnancy by Gopika Kapoor. That's also good. So they can follow that. And this Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton, he gives beautiful explanation about the role of subconscious mind and the conscious parenting. So that you can, and one more, this thing, the Bulgarian philosopher, um, Omram Michael. Um, so
Okay. Now another
yeah.
question from Dr. Konda Mahalakshmi. Madam has asked how to change the emotions that printed wrong in the pregnancy.
Yeah. Pardon?
How to change the emotions that printed wrong in the pregnancy, that has been printed wrong in the pregnancy. So something gone wrong in the pregnancy time. How to change those emotions?
Yes, during pregnancy it can be changed. We have to try during pregnancy itself, if not later. But during pregnancy, I'll share one experience. A mother was brought to me in the 7th month of pregnancy. The complaint that she used to have fainting attacks. So then, to rule out medical problems, I sent her to a cardiologist, and there was no problem, and a neurologist, no problem. So then I said there must be some emotional this thing. When I went into the detail, she said hers was a love marriage, and the mother-in-law didn't like her. So the mother-in-law kept on telling, it seems, in your delivery you will die. I'll get my son married again. So whenever she remembered those mm, words, she used to faint. So then I told her, see, I have the medical report that you don't have to die during delivery at all. If there is any problem, then I will not take up your case. I will send to a higher center. So you are not having physically, there is no reason for you to die during pregnancy. Your mother-in-law is absolute lie, and she is not an authority to tell. So when I told her, then slowly, and you don't have to fear about it. The more you are going to fear without any knowledge, you are fearing, it's okay. Now the fact is known that you are absolutely healthy. Only thing is you have to come out of it. And the husband was, though he was supportive, he could not talk against the mother. So slowly she was becoming positive. The fainting attacks subsided, and she was attending the antenatal meetings. And then in one of the antenatal meeting, a father told, father reassured his wife, and his wife was scared. So to her, the husband told, see, there are 100, nearly 100 million people in our country. That means 100 million deliveries have occurred. That means what? Delivery is a common, normal event. You don't have to worry about it. So that gave her some confidence about delivery. Initially, delivery was a nightmare for her, and her physical, the facts about it has cleared, and now this emotional part is there. So slowly she will be talking to me about her fear. slowly I could see that the fear is coming down. She said, um, they used to have a pet, and the pet was also antenatal. And after a few days, the pet went to a secluded place, delivered 4 or 5 puppies, and it took her and showed the puppies. The moment she saw her puppies, she became confident. Oh, the pet dog whom I brought up, it could deliver so easily, so I can also deliver easily. So when that confidence was there, the delivery was easy. Of course, we were there giving her, moral support. Even when we give the moral support, when they rise up to the occasion to receive it, then it becomes easy. So it is like that. So it is not. It is only when they come out, when they open up, and they take the responsibility to change, then it is possible to change. And sometimes it will be more. Dr. Dick Reed, he says most of the emotional problems during pregnancy can be solved by sympathetic and intelligent education and counseling. And that is what I feel. Some people will have more problem, deeper psychological, then I refer them to a psychiatrist. Otherwise, we tell them, talk to them, and also we show them the videos, particular videos, or when the mother is delivered, when these people come for checkup, we tell them one-to-one counseling, and like that. So most of the times we can solve it during pregnancy itself, make them happy and confident.
Thank you, ma'am. Madam, Dr. Nitin Nair wants to ask you some question. I think she has raised her hand. Madam, can you please ask a question? Dr. Kiran, you also have raised your hand. Can you ask a question?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, ma'am, we are able to hear you. Please, please.
Okay, I'm Dr. Lily speaking from LRD.
Okay.
Actually, since 15 years and more, I'm practicing this system, but not in the perfect way like what Madam explained. From my knowledge of perinatal psychology, I'm instructing my patient from the beginning of pregnancy, starting the vomiting problem and all. And I tell them, I explain them the umbilical cord like a wire that is connecting the reservoir and the earpiece of the phone. Like that, I explain them how the feelings of mother is communicated to the child. And when they are feeling fetal movements, I tell them everything is okay. Talk to the child. Tell him what you want him. Also, whatever the mother explained and doing it in practice. And my experience is very much positive.
Very good.
Including the family unity is increased.
Yes.
And the children after this kind of birth are more intelligent, more happy, more.
Yes, tell me, ma'am.
Namaste, all of you. Namaste, ma'am. Myself, Dr. Prayaga Prasanna. I'm a naturopathy physician by profession.
Yeah.
Recently, I have completed my MD.
Okay.
Somehow in 4th year, when I had OBG, I practiced meditation from my childhood. So I believe there is something beyond bodily experiences. So in 4th year, when I was reading some yoga book in our library, this Garbha Yoga, I got more interest. I wondered that there is impact of mother on the baby. I
Yeah.
didn't do this experiment wantedly. It just happened. I thought I will share with you today. I'm very
Yeah.
fortunate to meet you. Thanks for
Yeah.
you coming into my life, and I could hear all this from you. So there was a friend of mine. Hers was love marriage. So she
Okay.
got pregnant, and her mother didn't agree for her to come. So all the
Okay.
9 months she was with her husband. She was doing all her activities.
Yeah.
So on her delivery date, since she is my close friend, I went to during her 7th month, 8th month, I used to talk with her regularly. Since I was
Okay.
a OBG student in 4th year, we have OBG in naturopathy.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was giving her, you eat this, you eat that, you do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So 7th month, I'm a flutist, ma'am. Through my
Okay.
hobby, I learned flute.
Good.
So I was
Okay.
playing flute when the
Okay.
baby was in tummy. I used to play flute whenever I
Okay.
visit her.
Okay.
So 9th month, it was delivery. She had normal delivery. We
Okay.
came home. There were no elders. There were no
Okay.
elders. Only husband, wife, and myself. Trust
Okay.
me, only we three were there. And there was
Okay.
one elder lady. So we
Okay.
have to make baby bath. It was second day. Doctors asked you make baby bath. Baby
Okay.
was crying.
Okay.
It happens, no?
Yeah.
So I started playing flute, ma'am. Trust
Yeah.
me, for
Yeah.
the another 2-3 months, baby never cried while taking bath.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
really mesmerized me in such a way, ma'am. I want my career to be, towards antenatal care. So I always suggest, and any of my friend circle, when they become pregnant, no, they will tell, oh, you ask Prasanna, she will guide you. I don't
Yeah.
have
That's
as much knowledge as you have, but I only know one thing. Positive thinking will impact on baby. So I ask mothers not to watch serials, not to
yeah.
watch someone scolding another. That's all, ma'am,
Yeah.
I do. I'm very glad to see you, and thanks for giving me an opportunity to share my experience.
Yeah. It's
So
very
our
nice.
mind has impact.
Yeah.
I'm not a mother yet, ma'am, but I
Yeah.
strongly believe in Garbha Yoga, Garbha Samskara.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Let
Thank
us
you.
definitely do something together to this universe, if an
Yeah.
opportunity given by you. I will
Yeah.
contact
Sure.
you personally, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sure. So nice sharing. And one more experience I can recollect. So it seems the baby's heart beating was going down a bit. So when we were keeping her in the left lateral position and all, and after some time the baby's heartbeat became normal, and so when we asked, then the mother said the husband used to do whistling, it seems. Whenever he was with the baby, his habit was like how we were playing flute. So he used to whistle. At that time husband was not there. When he came, because she was put on the CTG machine, as soon as the father started whistling, the fetal heart came up, and that is the impact of the baby, and so the music, um, and also the bonding with the parents. So,
Dr. Maheshwari, ma'am, you can ask your question. Dr. Mahalakshmi. Madam, you have to unmute. Madam, you have to unmute.
yeah, yeah, we have.
Yeah, yeah. Now I'm unmuted.
So,
Amma,
ah,
you are able to listen me, right? Hello.
hello. Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to get my voice?
Yeah, it is distant,
Yes.
but it is okay. You can.
I have 2 kids. I
Yeah.
have 2 kids. For my first kid, I didn't do Garbha Sanskara,
Okay.
but I did for my second child.
Okay.
Just like as you all shared now,
Yeah.
even my kid has spoken very early, second baby, and he was very prompt in every aspect of, even today we were playing the business game. So
Yeah.
when I'm not having a single pie, just he's not to buy the new cities when he's having money. And I told I'm not having money, a single rupee, even though I'm playing. Why are you worrying to spend money even if you have? So immediately he started sharing his money directly to me.
Oh,
Means he
yeah,
don't want me to suffer even a single minute. That's how he is attached, no?
yeah, yeah,
As you said, by personality wise,
yeah.
child has
Personality.
made up of.
Yes.
Now, my first child, whatever she is having drawbacks, if
Yeah,
I tell her to change some situation,
yeah,
she tells, you have done Garbhasanskara for the second one, you didn't do for me, then how can I change now? Like that way she will ask. So you please suggest me some things which she is in drawback of certain things,
yeah,
Tamasika tattvas that she is having, how I can make her motivate, and I'm doing counselings as much as possible. During
yeah,
this holidays period, I'm able to change her so many aspects,
yeah,
but I don't know. If you can suggest me a bit more, I can even some aspects, just like I posted a question,
yeah,
some angry
yeah,
in 4th month of pregnancy. I have suffered with some situations with angry, causing angry about on
yeah,
mobile throwing and all
yeah,
these things have happened. The same thing the baby is doing now.
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
he gets angry, he is throwing things away.
I know.
And I observed these things when he was 1.5 years old. That time itself, he started, when I hug him like this,
Yeah,
immediately his anger will go off. He'll
yeah,
be calm down and he
calm
will
down.
listen to my word. So
I know, I know.
now I want these questions to be clarified, please. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So, and after for the adults, the best time to do suggestion is during sleep. When the baby is asleep, you can tell that she's going to feel happy and like how you want them to be. You can suggest during the during the waking period. We cannot tell them, the you should not do this and all, but you can tell how the baby, how you want the baby to be during sleep.
Okay.
So then the subconscious mind is dominant at that time. So that slowly, as we keep telling, there is a change. Maybe it takes sometimes 2-3 weeks or a month, but when we do it wholeheartedly, slowly there will be a change. And also consciously, you can tell her when she is awake, yes, I did not do some Garbha Sanskar at that time, now I'll do that. A small, like how you said, you hug the younger baby, you can coin some kind of pet name for her, or give her some kind of mm, incentive for her, and appreciate her. And you can also change, because one mother, she had her first baby was a very premature baby, and even the children doctor said it seems it's a they didn't give hopes, but she was did all her efforts and saw to that the baby was all right. But yet the baby was face was it was 8 years by the time the baby was reasonably okay. Then she wanted, then only she went for the second child. During second pregnancy, early pregnancy, she came to me. I said, you're a very great mother because you didn't give up on the first child. But the first child, even face was a little, dysmorphic. And then I told her, you tell this baby in the womb to be very supportive of her. And I told you, then wherever the akka used to go, he used to go with her and give everything to her. And slowly, slowly, after seeing this, the older child, now I see her after 4-5 years complete, she's beautiful. The mother says she's become, there's a lot of improvement. And she has also, even intelligence wise, there's a lot of improvement in her. And if you can improve the companionship between the two children, and make the younger child become more supportive of the older child. And we also should tell, yes, Garbha Sanskar I didn't do at that time, I'll compensate now. So that will give them extra feeling, yes, I am also important to my mother. So that way, wait for some more time, your older child also will become extremely good.
Thank you so much, Amma. So nice of you.